Monday morning feels so bad. Everybody seems to nag me. Coming Tuesday I feel better. Even my old man looks good. But they just don't go where they go too slow. I got plenty on my mind. Gonna have fun in the city. Be with my girl, she's so pretty. She looks fine tonight. She's all the sight to me. I spend my bread tonight. I lose my head tonight. I got to get tonight. One day I'll have Friday on my mind. Do the right day right once more.
Hey vinyl community, it's Michael. Welcome back to Near Wild Heaven. What you're hearing in the background, of course, is the Easybeats with their classic song, Friday on My Mind. It's a 45 I'm playing. I just thought that'd be appropriate to open the show with today. Turn this down. And today's video is going to be December vinyl finds. I know I just did a vinyl finds last week. Well, it was stuff that I had accumulated over a few months that I hadn't shown, but all this stuff I've gotten this past month, and there's some doozies in here, so I'm just going to jump right into it. Up first, this is, of course, the Zombies, Odyssey and Oracle. This is a 2015 reissue on Repertoire Records, and it's mono pressing. And I have an original right there, a stereo, and that sounds good, but this sounds fantastic. I mean, I couldn't believe how much better this sounds than my stereo original. But yeah, it's great. And they made it look as close as possible to an original. So yeah, it's like the cover is a lot more expanded, like, and the back, and then the cover, or the label was kind of made to look kind of like the CBS label in the UK. But yeah, this is a fantastic album. Everybody knows the Zombies and Odyssey and Oracle, but this is a fantastic pressing. If you want to hear this in mono, this is the best way to go. 2015 release on Repertoire, Odyssey and Oracle, the Zombies. And up next, this is Quill. This is from 1969, I believe. Nope, 1970. Yeah, so there you go. Great album. Kind of in the psych vein. Really good guitar work on here. There's also, I think, keyboards. It doesn't really say who plays what, but yeah, it's a great psych album. Kind of an obscure band. Don't really know much about them, but I listened to this a few times and I really, really enjoy it. Like I said, great guitar work, great performances, great songwriting. Really good psych album if you want to check it out, by Quill, their self-titled first album. Up next, this is The Pretty Things, Freeway Madness. This is from 1973. I believe it might be their album after Parachute. I think that came out in like 1970. But yeah, it's decent. It's not as good as Parachute or SF Sorrow. I mean, nothing is better than SF Sorrow, but it's pretty good. It's good hard rock. Probably closer to how they were doing with their Swan Song releases on the Led Zeppelin label. They did 2 albums for them. Maybe the style that they were playing in was similar to this one, but still pretty good. Like I said, not as great as Parachute, but it's still good. It's the pretty thing. So there you go. And up next, this is The Who live at the Fillmore East in 1968. This is fantastic. This sounds wonderful. I had a bootleg of this for years. I still have it, but it sounds kind of tinny and everything, but this sounds amazing. This is just so good. It's there's 3 records. I love that centerfold, that gatefold, that looks so great. But there's 3 albums in here, and the 3rd album is a very long version of My Generation. It's divided into 2 parts. The first side 17 minutes, and then the second side is 16 minutes. So you got over a half hour of My Generation on one record. But the other 2, they do like Summertime Blues, Fortune Teller, Little Billy, Happy Jack, I Can't Explain. On the second album, they do like I'm a Boy, A Quick One While He's Away, Come On Everybody, Shakin' All Over, Boris the Spider. It's a really, really good recording of this. The Who were at their, well, not quite at their peak, but they were getting there at the time of this. Their performances are just fantastic on here. This I think was like one of the last shows that they played on this tour. So they had been on the road for like a month or so, and they were like red hot as far as playing goes. And it really shows on this album. So if you like The Who, if you like The Who's 60s output, check this album out. It's really, really good. The Who live at the Fillmore East in 1968. And up next, this is Gong with Camembert Electrique. This was their first album, originally released in 1971, and this is a 2023 reissue. And this is really good. There's a band that was on this record. They had a continuously evolving lineup of musicians come and go. Steve Hillage would play with them on some of their later albums, but this was the first, and it's really great. It's like a combination of psych rock, free jazz, experimental. Some of it reminds me a little bit of Can, if you like them and you want to check this out. But yeah, I really like Gong. They're really eccentric, they're psychedelic, and just a crazy bunch of musicians, but they're really, really good. And it's their first album. I finally have it. This is one I've been looking for a while. So there you go. Gong, Camembert Electrique. And here's another one I've been looking for a long time. This is Arzakel. Yeah, this is a reissue from 2023. This includes Steve Hillage on guitar, and they got like 4 members here, and they're all under different names. They're not using their real names. They got like Simon Sarsaparilla, one I can't even pronounce, Basil Downing, and Sam Lee Uff. But yeah, this it's actually the players are Dave Stewart, Steve Hillage, Clive Brooks, and Monty Campbell. So yeah, but this great album. It's psychedelic, very psychedelic. Really good guitar work from Steve Hillage. Just a fantastic album all around. It's great stuff from Arzakel, from what is it, 1971? I don't remember. But yeah, really good stuff from Arzakel. Up next, another one I've been looking for a while. This is Gandalf. I missed out on the record store day version of this. This is the reissue that came out later in the year. It came out like I think in the fall of this year, and I've had a hard time trying to find this, and finally found a copy of it for cheap actually on eBay. It was only $19, and this is an excellent album. It's just so good. They do a version of, I think it's by Tim Hardin, and the song's called Hang On to a Dream, which was also covered by the Nice. But yeah, this is a great psych album. Really, really good. A little bit on the mellow side, but it's a fantastic album. I'm so glad to finally have this. The Gandalf, I think their only album they did. Up next, this is Warlock. I first heard about this album from Cosmic Brian. He showed this several times over the last year or so. But this is fantastic. It's just a great, it's like, okay, what it says here on the hype sticker, it says, influenced by Funkadelic and the MC5. So, yeah, so that'll give you an idea of what they sound like. Really funky, psychedelic riffs, lots of R&B, just really good stuff. I really enjoyed this one a lot. It's Warlock. I think it's their one and only album. But great stuff if you're into like Funkadelic or Parliament or bands like that. But this has a little bit more of a psych feel than like the R&B and stuff, but still great stuff from Warlock, their self-titled first album. And up next, this is Randy California, Captain Copter and the Fabulous Twirlybirds. This is originally this came out in 1972, and this is a 2015 Italian pressing that I found at Half Price Books. And man, this is really, really good. It's got some R&B flourishes to it, but it's mostly like hard rock with like Hendrix-like guitar in it. So good. And they do a version of Day Tripper by the Beatles. It's a really good version of that. And also Mother and Child Reunion. That was done by Paul Simon. Does a version of that. Downer is really good. Things Yet to Come. Rainbow. It's all really good. It's a fantastic album. I've seen this album around for years, but I never took any interest in it. And I don't know, somebody showed it and talked about it and said how great it was, and then I listened to it and I'm like, yeah, this is great. So yeah, there you go. Captain Copter and the Fabulous Twirlybirds by Randy California. And up next, this is the Cro Mags, The Age of Quarrel. I'm not sure if this is like their first album or not, but this originally came out in 1986, and this is like a 2020 reissue. But yeah, pretty good stuff. Kind of similar in style to Black Flag, Dead Kennedys, you know, hardcore punk, but done really well. Excellent stuff. Some of the songs on here I really like. World Peace, Show You No Mercy is good. Don't Tread on Me, It's the Limit, Do Unto Others, Survival of the Streets, Seekers of the Truth. Great stuff from the Cro Mags. I never really listened to these guys before. I think Vinyl Richie showed this, was talking how great it was, so I checked it out. It's a pretty good punk album. Really good stuff from the Cro Mags and the Age of Quarrel. Excuse me. Up next, this is Living Color, Vivid. This is a fantastic album. Kind of hard rock, a little bit of funk and soul mixed in there. But man, this is so good. The song Cult of Personality, fantastic. Desperate People is another really good one. Memories Can't Wait. What's Your Favorite Color? Vernon Reid on guitar, man. He's an excellent guitarist. And just all around great album. Really, really good. I really enjoyed this one a lot. This came out in 1988, and this isn't original. So, yeah, there you go. Living Color, Vivid. Great hard rock album. Up next, just got a few more here. Up next, this is Thin Lizzy, Jailbreak. This has their big hit, The Boys Are Back in Town, on it. I really like Thin Lizzy, but I kind of like their earlier stuff before they became well known. Like their first 3 albums are really, really good. This one's good too, I enjoy it, but it's more commercial sounding than their earlier stuff. And like I said, I do prefer their earlier stuff. But this is still a great album. This is great stuff. Great songs by Phil Lynott. Songs like Jailbreak, Angel from the Coast, Romeo and the Lonely Girl, Warriors, Fight or Fail, the Cowboy Song. It's really good stuff. Like FM rock from the 70s. It's a great album to check out. Jailbreak by Thin Lizzy. And up next, this is Van Morrison, Blowing Your Mind. This is his first solo album from, I think, 1968. I could be wrong. It could be 67. But, yeah, this is really good. I'm not a huge Van Morrison fan. I mean, I like the stuff he did with them, and I really like this album. But after this album, his stuff is kind of spotty for me. There's some of his stuff, like Moon Dance, that's a really great song, and a few others. But this one I really like a lot. And he does, of course, his classic Brown Eyed Girl, great song. Spanish Rose is really good. Who Drove the Red Sports Car, Midnight Special, really, really good. Van Morrison, Blowing Your Mind. And this is on a later press of the Bang label. It's like it's not that usual yellow label. But, yeah, pretty good stuff from Van Morrison. And Blowing Your Mind. Great album. Up next, we got some more punk. This is the Descendants. This is the first album I bought by them. This originally came out in 2024, and this is a 2020 reissue. Really good. Kind of reminds me of Green Day. And Green Day, of course, came after the Descendants, so Green Day kind of nicked their Descendants sound, but I'm not saying on purpose or anything, but they were heavily influenced by sounds like bands like this. the Descendants. But great stuff. Talking, Nothing With You, She Don't Care, Dog and Pony Show, Mass Nerder, One More Day, Anchor Girl, Dry Spell. Really, really good punk album from 2004. I'd really like to hear some of their other stuff. I've never really listened to this band, and I came across this album in Half Price Books, and it was like $20, and I've heard a lot about this band, so I decided to pick this up, and I really like this. I really enjoy it a lot, so I kind of want to investigate some of their other albums. But great stuff from the Descendants, Cool to Be You. And the last one here, this is Parliament, Up for the Downstroke. This is the first Parliament album I ever bought. I really like Funkadelic a lot, so I decided to finally pick up a Parliament album, and this one's pretty good. It's like heavy funk, kind of psych guitar to it, just great stuff. And songs like Up for the Downstroke, Testify, The Goose, Just Got Back, Four Lands of Elliot, All Your Goodies Are Gone, Whatever Makes Baby Feel Good, and Presence of a Brain. But great stuff from Parliament, also known as Funkadelic, but really, really good. Parliament, Up for the Downstroke. So that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks so much to everyone who subscribed in the last few weeks. Thanks to everyone who leaves comments. I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas and enjoyed it with your friends and family like I did. And I guess that'll be it for this week. And take care, VC. We'll see you later.